Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Bayern Munich Career Mode series. This is going to be the 12th episode of the series, and before we get into anything, I want to thank you guys for all the support you gave on the last episode. If we can try and get over 70 likes on this episode, that would be greatly appreciated. If you're not already following me on Twitter as well, there will be a link in the description down below, and I do recommend you do that. And of course, if you did miss the last episode, there will be a card in the top right corner. Go ahead and click on the eye and it will take you back to the last episode. But in this episode, we are going to be implementing a lot of feedback that I did get in the last one. And of course, that is going to be regarding the transfers that we're going to try and make in this window. A lot of you did leave transfer suggestions in the last episode, and I want to thank you guys for leaving them. The main dilemma that we've had over the past couple of episodes is trying to figure out what we should do with RIBERY. A lot of people did come to the conclusion that we should either be letting him go or selling him. And to be honest, it does make sense because he still has valuation, and whilst he does have that, we should try and get some money for him, which is why I'm going to go ahead and offer him a contract. That doesn't mean he's going to be staying at the club, but it does mean that it will increase his valuation. Because of his contract expiring, if I did try to sell him now, I probably wouldn't get as much money for him. But if I offer him a new contract and then try and sell him, we can probably get at least his valuation. And I think that's the most important thing at the moment, just trying to get as much as we can for him. So I will go ahead and offer him a new contract, and hopefully he does accept this one. The main 4 players that were suggested to try and replace RIBERY is Gareth Bale, Lucas, Antoine Griezmann, and also El Shaarawy. All of these 4 players are certainly viable options, but I think the main player that I would rather go for is going to be Gareth Bale. Obviously, he's the best of all 4 of these options, and he's the most versatile, I think. If we need him to, he can easily play as a striker, but he can also play on both sides of the wings. Gareth Bale is my preferred target, and I'm going to try and splash out all the cash to sign him. This is likely to be my one and only offer for Gareth Bale because we are offering all of our transfer budget. This probably won't be enough to sign him, but I'm going to go ahead and offer it anyway just to see what Real Madrid do say. Another player that was suggested heavily to replace RIBERY is Eden Hazard. He's another one of those players though that could just be a little bit too expensive for us. I will offer 45 million plus RIBERY, but I really don't expect this one to get accepted. But we will now be having the first game of the episode up against Darmstadt, and this is going to be the team that we are using for the first game of the episode. It is a pretty strong lineup, but we are making some changes here and there. One thing I did notice in the last episode especially is Lahm is getting a little bit caught out of the right back position. He doesn't really have the pace and physicality to play at that right back position anymore, so I'm going to try him in midfield. We're bringing in a few rotational players here and there as well, with Schuler and Bernat starting, and I'm actually going to start Donnarumma for this game as well. It's a bit of a risk, but I think I need to give him more game time. And looking at the league table, Darmstadt are in a bit of trouble this season. They're currently sitting in 17th, which I do believe is 1 place above the relegation spots. I think the 2 lowest teams in the division end up getting relegated, and then the one that's 3rd from bottom ends up having to play a playoff match. I believe Darmstadt are actually a newly promoted team, and like Leipzig in the last episode, we could struggle against them. We only did manage to get a draw against newly promoted Leipzig, so maybe we'll struggle again in this game. It's going to be inside for Lewandowski, doing what he does best with the hold-up play. We'll try and get it back to him as well and go for a shot. It's a really good effort off the bar. How have we missed that? He was offside anyway, but my God. The keeper's still managed to save that. That's unbelievable. Once again, though, in this career mode, the woodwork is really saving the opposing team, but we do have another opportunity here. And it will be Vidal fake shotting around the defender. Intercepted, but we intercept it back again with Vidal having the shot, and it's over the bar. And they get the cross into the middle here. 18 minutes gone, their first real opportunity. Donnarumma, big boy save. And what a block that is by Boateng on the rebound. He's going to be here with Ben Hatira playing it inside for Obina, having the shot, and a great save again by Donnarumma. So that first half actually went by really quickly, and at half time we're currently drawing 0-0. We most frequently score our chances though in the second half, so I'm not really too worried. Great defending there by Schuler, and we can play it forward here for Vidal. Trying to find the pass out wide. What a ball that is to Costa. And we'll try and cut inside with this one. It's a good little run inside. We'll keep going. He should have got taken down there for a penalty, but he's managed to keep his feet well. It's going to be Vidal trying to hold on to possession. And it's here for Lewandowski trying to break down this defence. It's very resilient, but we've had a shot into the side netting. Very unlucky. In here to Vidal, playing it forward up for Koeman. And we have a bit of space and pace here. We've got the legs on the defender. That's surely a penalty, and yes, it is. We may not have had a shot on goal, but finally we make the killer blow. We get a penalty. And of course, it will only be a killer blow if we can actually score this one. My penalty record isn't great, but we're going to try and take this one with Vidal. Hopefully we can score it, and we do end up scoring the penalty. And thank the Lord for that. I thought this game was going to end as a draw, but it looks like we have found the winner in this game against Darmstadt, and that's Vidal with his 4th goal in the league. And the pressure's not over yet. Here goes Darmstadt once again, playing this one forward. And it's inside here to Rosenthal once again with the shot, flashes wide. I think we can count ourselves pretty lucky not to concede late on there. But regardless, it is a 1-0 win in this game, courtesy of a Vidal penalty. Darmstadt certainly had quite a few opportunities on goal, but thanks to Donnarumma, we really did keep them out. And we do have a contract offer accepted as well for Frank Ribery after the game. And that's good news as well, because that means we will be able to sell him for a bit more than he's worth. We do have a transfer offer here though for Ozturk from Carlisle United. It's going to be a 2-year loan deal, and I think I'm going to go ahead and let him go. And it's going to be some more player training here, and from this session, Donnarumma has gone up once again to an 83. That's +7 this season for Donnarumma, which is absolutely insane. He certainly is going to be a bright prospect for the future. He played really well in the last game, and he's going to be a really quality goalkeeper for us. Speaking of Donnarumma though, we do have a transfer offer for him from Monaco. I'm just going to reject this offer though, because he will be staying at the club, and one day he will actually replace Neuer. Arsenal clearly not happy with Petr Cech there. They've gone ahead and signed Jan Oblak. 78 million euros from Atletico Madrid. What an overspend that is. And it's just a really strange signing in my opinion, because that means they're going to have Petr Cech as backup. And that also means that their 3rd choice goalkeeper is David Ospina, which is absolutely nuts. And for both Eden Hazard and Gareth Bale, it's going to take a lot more money to try and sign them. And since Gareth Bale and Eden Hazard are a little bit too expensive, I'm going to be going for one final player. I'm not too sure if they will accept this one, but I'm going to go ahead and offer 45 million euros plus Frank Ribery. I'm gutted that we can't go in for Bale or Hazard because they were suggested quite a lot, but Marco Reus certainly isn't a bad option. I think he would do good for us. Before the second game of the episode, we do have a transfer offer here for Javi Martinez, and it's going to be from FC Barcelona, so a bit of an interesting offer. They've offered 32 million euros, but if I'm going to sell him, I want at least double his valuation. If they want to sign Javi Martinez though, they're going to have to at least pay 51 million. I don't really want to sell him for too cheap, but I would be willing to sell him for the right offer. And now it is going to be time for the second game of the episode against SC Freiburg. This will be a Bundesliga match, and we are going to be rotating the side once again for this game. A very much rotated midfield with Draxler coming in for Vidal. We also have Thiago being replaced in this match by Joshua Kimmich, and we are resting Boateng for this game and replacing him with Javi Martinez. We do also have Robben returning on the right wing position, replacing Costa. A lot of the rotational changes I do make are due to fitness issues, although some of the changes that I have made are just because I want to give some other players a chance. And looking at the league table, we're currently 6 points ahead of Bayer Leverkusen in second. We did actually sell Tom Starks to Freiburg, so he will be coming up against us in this game. But much like Darmstadt, Freiburg are having a bit of a dire season so far, so hopefully we can win this one. And we've held on to it very well. We'll play it inside here to Kimmich again. He's found a really good pass here to Draxler with the shot off the bar again. I tell you what, if this was a crossbar challenge career mode, I would be doing pretty well for myself so far. And we've cleared this one away up here to Kingsley Coman. Done well on the turn on the break. He certainly has the pace over anyone on this game. And he's done very well to cut inside here. We'll try and play this ball forward. Here goes Lewandowski with the shot, and he does end up scoring the first goal of the game. That's a really good counter-attacking move, completely lethal from Kingsley Coman, finding a really good ball there to Lewandowski. And those cross-body shots are very effective this year, and that's Lewandowski getting into double figures this season. A bit of Illuminati as well, because that's Lewandowski's 10th league goal, and he scored it in the 10th minute. Oh, great interception there by Robben. We'll play it forward for him once again. We're going to have to cut inside because that's, of course, what he does. And it's a great finish there by Ian Robben. And it actually did take a deflection on the way through. And somehow that's an own goal. I thought the shot from Robben initially was on target anyway. But oh well, I'll take the 2-0 lead. And we'll play it inside for Sanchez once again. Draxler on the ball, doing really well and having a shot. And that's a really good finish there for Draxler, but very unlucky for the keeper. It's a great bit of play there by Draxler with the scoop turn inside. And then the shot does come off the crossbar after deflecting finishing off the keeper. And that's going to be his first goal in the league so far. And I believe that's only his second goal that he scored for the club. So the game has basically been frozen on kickoff for about a minute and a half. And I realise now that we did have a player injured. And it's Joshua Kimmich that has gone down, which is really, really devastating. We're going to have to go ahead and bring on Thiago, which isn't really a shabby replacement for him. I really hope more than anything, though, that Kimmich isn't out for long because he's such a good talent. Ryan Robben's done really well and the defender's just not really made a challenge so far. We're just going to keep running with him. And maybe play it inside here for Lewandowski, who does make it 4-0. And I promise you, this is on legendary difficulty. I don't know why it's so easy for us. This is probably the most easiest I've found a game on legendary thus far this year. And we've scored the 4th goal. It's such a simple goal to score as well. Robben does not have the most amount of pace in the world, but he's just able to waltz into the box unchallenged, and he sets it up for Lewandowski for his 11th goal. So at half-time, despite the Kimmich injury, I'm really enjoying the way we're playing so far. We've been ever so clinical in this game so far, with 4 shots on target and 4 goals. It's been pretty diabolical defending from Freiburg, but I think we've also been very clinical. I think the most important thing at the moment for Freiburg is not conceding any more goals, because it's already embarrassing. Another corner comes our way and Coman whips it into the middle. Really good delivery, and that's almost an own goal there from the defender. Really, really poor first touch from him. We'll get it back here with Martinez, playing it forward for Thiago. Really good splitting pass there through the defence for Lewandowski. And he should have had his hat-trick there. That's a good save, though, by Stark. Lewandowski runs through the defence and does really well. It's poor defending, though, once again here by Freiburg. We'll have a shot, though. And what a good solo goal that is to wrap up the game by Lewandowski. He just runs through the middle of the Freiburg defence. They're not really worried about making an interception. And Lewandowski does the rest and manages to get himself a hat-trick in the 90th minute. And it's an absolute annihilation of Freiburg here as we end up winning 5-0. Robert Lewandowski takes the match ball home with a really well converted hat-trick. And that's probably the best solo performance from him all season so far. And we certainly did dominate Freiburg despite not really having too much possession. And after that game, we do actually have a transfer offer accepted as well for Marco Reus. 45 million plus Frank Ribery. I think that's a really good deal for him. For an 88 overall player, we're going to be paying hardly anything for him. We are going to go ahead and offer him a contract, 220 grand a week. He does want a massive wage increase, but we will go ahead and offer him this contract and see if Reus does accept it. And a bit of an injury update on Joshua Kimmich, who got injured in the last game. He's going to be out for 8 weeks, which is a massive blow for us. Whenever we get an injury for a player this season, it always seems to be a bad one. I really didn't expect this to happen, but Barcelona have said they're willing to pay the 51 million for Javi Martinez. That is honestly ridiculous in my opinion. That's over double his valuation. I always like to say as well, if you're going to be selling a player, at least try and get double their valuation. And Barcelona paying 51 million for Martinez, that's going to be a really good deal for us. I only offered Marco Reus important first team player, and it does look like he wants crucial. And I guess that is fair enough. We will go ahead and offer him crucial first team player. And there you have it. Just like that, Javi Martinez has gone to Barcelona for 51 million euros. That's a ridiculous price tag for Javi Martinez, but it does mean that we have a bit more money in the kitty. With the sale of Javi Martinez just going through, I'm not going to be accepting this Reus deal straight away. Instead, what I'm going to go ahead and do is leave it up to you guys in the comments below, because now that we've got an extra 51 million in the bank, we could easily afford Eden Hazard or Gareth Bale. Or what we could do instead is just go for Reus, the cheaper option, and then spend the rest of the money on getting a replacement for Martinez. It does make a bit more sense to go with Reus, because it means that we can spend some money on improving the rest of the squad. I'm going to be leaving it up to you guys in the comments below, and I'm also going to leave it to a poll. There will be a poll in the top right corner right now, so go ahead and cast your vote. Should we sign Marco Reus, or should we instead go ahead and splash the cash on trying to sign Gareth Bale or Eden Hazard? Make sure you do let me know in the comments below, and also by voting on the poll. But this will be the end of this episode of this career mode, and hopefully you have enjoyed. And if you have enjoyed this episode of the Bayern Munich Career Mode series, then make sure you leave a like on the video. This episode has certainly been very eventful so far with transfers, but next episode could be even better. We have a lot of decisions to make for players that we should be signing, and I need you guys to leave as much feedback as possible. Make sure you do leave your transfer suggestions in the comments below. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.